real quick, I did also want to talk about Train Dreams.
Okay.
So Train Dreams is a movie about a man. He is a, is it a lumbar? Is that how you say that? Or he's a logger. I'm sorry. He's a logger, so he has to travel for months out of the year to go and cut down trees and, do all that that entails.
Okay.
It's very strenuous on the body, and also it's just emotionally taxing because you can't be with your family.
Hmm.
So we know that he's a logger. At the very beginning of the movie, he he meets this woman, they fall in love, they have a child, and so now he has this whole life at home, and he's constantly having to go every year and leave for months at a time. He's concerned that his daughter will not know who he is. And he
Hmm.
sees, like, he didn't come from the best life. So already he's had a hard time, and then this is happening, and he sees so many things happen while he's out working. People dying. There's also the time frame that it was in. I can't remember what the time frame is exactly, but there's definitely still uh racial unrest going on. Um that becomes clear at some point in the movie. There's just a lot of these different factors that I think are contributing to just him getting a pretty shitty shake in life.
Okay.
There's not a lot of work that he can do either, so like that's a factor as well. So it's not like he could just go out and say, oh, I'm gonna do this instead and be with my
Mm.
family.
Okay.
They end up, his wife is basically like, can we come on the road with you? And he's like, no, 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 we
Right. It's
shouldn't be
not
doing
allowed.
that. That's not safe. I
Mhm.
you guys should be here. She tries to come up with all of these solutions. Oh, we could start farming. We could do all these different things. She just wants him home, which totally understandable. It's
I
one
was
thing to
just about to say
be,
that.
yeah, it's one thing to be in a long distance relationship where like you have to like plan because you can't see a person all the time. This He's just gone for months
It's
out of the
gone till
year.
November.
Right, right. And she's like, I'm taking care of this child, and what are we doing? So he basically tells her he'll see what he can do. He'll try. In any event, he goes, and as he's coming back, this is the most devastating part of the movie. Spoiler alert. I mean, I've been spoiling, but the most devastating part of the movie is he comes back and there's like a wildfire, I guess,
Mm.
and his house is on fire, and he can't, like, it's not clear whether his wife and child were in the house or if they were able to flee before the fire
Mm.
really overtook the house, because the house was burnt to bits.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, devastating, like just gut wrenching.
Okay.
And then he's like just there. He's
Mm.
just waiting for, like, he goes out, he looks for them for however long, he never finds them. And then he comes back and he's like, well, I'm going to rebuild the house because hopefully one day they'll return. And he's just out there like in the woods with this house that he's rebuilt. He ends up with a pet dog, I guess somebody's dog that somebody didn't make it or left or
Mhm.
whatever it was. And then there's also this guy who comes from town and tries to, befriend him, and they talk about how everybody talks about how he's weird and he's different, and I guess they feel like he's a loner and he doesn't really talk to anybody and he kind of just does his own thing. I mean, he
Mhm.
lost his family. I don't
Right.
I
Yeah.
don't
I mean,
know
you're
what
not gonna be
people
out.
thought.
Not gonna be out. At the bar getting tipsy.
Right. You know, and he like figures out how to survive and find work and all of that. And this is really like a story of like his just really unfortunate life.
Hmm.
That's the movie. Um
Okay. So this is a drama, clearly.
it's a drama. It's very sad. You
Hmm.
kind of have to put yourself in like a headspace where you know that when you watch this movie, there's no joy is fleeting in this movie. It is not
Oh,
something
it is
that is
called
happening
Sentimental Valley.
often. What'd you say?
It is called Sentimental Valley.
No, this is Train Dreams.
Oh, whoops, my bad. Okay. Wait, so why is it
Yeah.
called Train Dreams?
Okay, because so I think in the beginning I didn't totally understand what happened to him in the beginning, but there's an incident with a train. And then and throughout his whole life, he keeps saying that he thinks that something bad is going to happen. He feels like things that he's done in the past is going to come and haunt him. And that was like the craziest part of this because his bad feeling really did turn into something completely awful. And he kept
Yes.
saying, but the thing is, he kept thinking he was going to die.
Ah, okay.
He kept saying, you know, he just feels like there's just this ominous, that there's something ominous going on, and he doesn't know what it is, and he's just trying to live his life and do better and live a better life, and he feels like something's gonna happen, and that we know what
That something's
happens.
gonna happen. All right, but give
Yeah,
it to us then.
but
Do they come back?
no. Well, there is a scene where a child comes in and like is outside, dirty, and just looks like they've just been living outside for however long, and he believes that that's his daughter, that
Okay.
his daughter has returned home, and he takes her inside and tries to clean her up and whatever, and puts her to sleep, and then when he wakes up the next morning, she's gone, and he
Mm,
goes and he looks for her. But when he recalls that, he basically says he's not even sure if it really happened or if he dreamed it.
oh, okay.
Yeah, and he ends up meeting someone too where he tells them that he dreams, he like sees them, and he basically dreams them, but he doesn't, his concept of reality sometimes is not completely there because he's trying to manifest them in his mind.
Okay.
Um and then I guess it's also called, I guess the big reason why it's called Train Dreams is when it gets to the end, that's basically what he does at the end of his life. He just like gets a train ticket and gets on the train, and like eventually he tries to live a little,
Hmm.
and see things. Um but as we all will someday, he doesn't, this is I guess the biggest spoiler, but he too um dies by the end of the movie.
Okay. And
Very
this is in
sad.
what language?
English.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I thought this was like you just saved all the foreign films for the end. My bad.
No, I haven't watched Sentimental Value yet. That's what I was
So
saying. That's the last one I
I
have to watch.
misunderstood. I'm sorry.
It's okay. But this was Train Dreams. It's very sad, but it's a very beautiful movie. Very
Okay.
beautiful. I would give Train Dreams,
Come on. Give it to me.
with the understanding that a lot of people on the internet think this movie was terrible and boring. I actually think this movie is an 8/8.5.
Okay.
I thought it was a beautiful movie. I thought it was
All
beautiful.
right.
Even the way it's shot, it's so dark, and it makes sense why it's so dark. It
Right.
just creates that feeling of darkness, sadness.
Right.
Just,
Okay.
um, yeah, I can't explain it, and I don't think it will resonate with everyone. I saw a lot of, I watched reviews because I was just curious what people were saying about it. I didn't do this for every movie, but I watched some reviews about it, and people were saying that, oh, they hated it, it was boring. Some people
Hmm.
said they think there's some sort of generational gap in terms of who's watching it. They feel like younger people found it very, younger people, they were basically saying that younger people are so used to being overstimulated all the time that this kind of brings you all the way down and completely levels you out. And and they were, some people were saying they don't think that the younger generation can handle that. They're not used to
Okay.
that. They're used to the chaos. They're used to the Marty Supremes, and
Right.
that excites that excites them. I don't know how true that is, but I thought it was an interesting take on it. Um, but yeah, you definitely have to be prepared to like come down a little bit. Like all of that, there's none of that depends on how you define chaos, but there's none of that chaos that's happening even when you see someone get shot in the movie. It's very calm and just very, it's a thing that happened and then you move on from it. It's not like there's no wild
Yeah.
chase. There's nothing like that. And most of the
Okay.
time this movie is spent in the woods.
Mm.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So
Interesting.
if y'all
So
are
eight
into
forty
that sort of
five.
thing, yeah. If you want to cry, this
That's the
movie will
movie to
make you cry.
watch.
Yeah, that and Hamnet. Did I review Hamnet? I'm not gonna do it now, but
I don't think so.
I'll review Hamnet next week. That's fine.
Okay.
But yeah, yeah, sad, very sad, but worth watching.